wants to gain emunah, he's got to stick around the kollel. You got to be in a place where they're learning. We're learning and learning and learning. You stick around there, and you hear the learning. You're involved in the learning. You're in an environment people are learning, and that's going to lift you up and it's going to help you grow in your emunah. As opposed to if a person is with the wrong crowd and he hangs around with people who don't have the same mentality as him, so they will affect him in your environment, as the Rambam says, that a person goes after his friends and after who he associates himself with. As we said yesterday, there was a person running, everybody started running after him, not knowing why he was running, and that's it. And everybody was running, and you asked them, I don't know why I'm running, but I'm running. So therefore, we don't want to be in that situation. So therefore, we have to have purpose. And Torah and learning gives us purpose. But he says further, he says that a person has to make sure that he's not just with a good group of people all the time. That's difficult to always do, but sometimes you're in a different group of people. And when you are with those different groups of people, you have to be az kanamer. He says you have to be bold. What does it mean, bold? Bold like a leopard. A leopard, he'll be willing to fight a human, he'll be willing to fight an elephant, he'll be willing to fight any animal that stands in its way. He doesn't have this issue of confidence. He's very confident. And we have to be the same for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If you imagine a person who is the officer of the king, and he represents the most prestigious country in the world, and he knows that he has the huge army, and he has the ultimate country backing him up, he is not afraid to make demands, and he's not afraid to stand up for his people, and not afraid to go and push the agenda of who he's representing. And therefore, we have to be not afraid as well, because why? It says the Torah, Lo taguru mipnei ish. You cannot be afraid of any person. We know the famous story of Avigdor, alav shalom, where he took away the shechita license from that guy who was selling telefoi. Ended up being that the guy came to him and he said, you took away all my parnasah. He whipped out a gun at him and he said, I'm going to kill you now. Give me back my license. And he said, no. And his father-in-law stood between the shooter and Ravadia, and he said, please take me, don't kill Ravadia. And Ravadia said, I'm not afraid of anybody. You know why? You know who's on my side? You have a gun, but you know why I have on my side? I have Hashem on my side. I would have to be afraid of. And the guy ended up chickening. He got scared and he ran away. He didn't do anything to the rabbi. But who could be so strong like that? Who could be so bold? Is a person who learns the Torah and realizes that who is he representing? Is representing HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why should I be afraid? You have to realize that we all are ambassadors of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we have to go and spread his Emunah, and spread his light, spread his Torah. And therefore, when people say, oh, yeah, you and your halachot, you make everybody crazy, yalla, enjoy. You have to know when you are obviously courteous and mannerful, but you have to stand up and, oh, listen, this is legit. We have to do this. Keep this. Imagine a person says, oh, let's drink this, let's eat this. Oh, this is not healthy for you. This is very bad for you. No, you can't eat this. For health, he's strong. He stands up. He tells people, you can't do this. It's not good for you. Therefore, the same thing for ruchaniyut, spirituality, and for emunah. You have to show them this is important. You have to be firm about it. But obviously, everything with the Krei Shalom. But a person for himself, he has to not allow those influences into him, because he has to be as kanamer. He has to be bold like a leopard. And the last way, and the third way, he says, is repetition. A person who constantly learns and constantly associates himself with things that are related to emunah, they'll be better and better for him. They'll raise his awareness of emunah constantly. We have a choice every day, if you think about it. Okay, so from the whole day, how many hours, as the Gemara Sechet Shabbat says, how many hours can a person already sin? You're sleeping, and you're eating, and you're going to the bathroom, and you're working, and you're busy, taking care of this, taking care of that. So basically, an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening is the free time you have to do sins. And what do you do in that? What do you choose? It's a very small choice, but it ends up being a same choice over and over again many times, but it ends up to big conclusions, which means it takes you to a different place completely based on those small choices you make every day, which is when you come home, do you go and open the book? Do you come home and associate yourself with things that are emunah related? Or do you go and watch some videos, open up the Netflix, open up the TV, open up whatever, and watch whatever they feed you over there, and that will become your subconscious. So that small choice every day. Do you fill your brain with whatever you see over there, and that's heresy, or maybe averot, or thinking no association with Torah and mitzvot olam haba, and that will kind of train you subconsciously one way. Or the person make a choice, a repetition every day. In the morning, evening, with his free time, he learns something interesting. He learns something about HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Emunah and the Torah and Halachot, Musar, something that uplifts him. And he does this day in, day out. Those small choices, they build up, end up taking a person to a completely different conclusion than the other guy would. So therefore, it's the small choices every day that a person can make in order that his Emunah should be in the place it's supposed to be. And we know, yes, people will call us crazy. People will say, oh, you get up so early, you stay up all night to learn, you learn all this stuff, and you keep all these halachot. Yes, but you should know that we're not the crazy ones. They are. In the beginning, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is running the world. He created the world. He gave us the Torah. The Emunah was strong. People used to always believe. People always used to believe the Jewish people were the chosen nation. Okay, so it became lost, and now people think that's okay not to believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But you should know that don't think you're the crazy one. Even if you go to a mental asylum, there's all these crazy people. They'll look at you as if you're crazy, right? But doesn't mean that you're crazy, right? So therefore, that's how a person has to realize. The Torah makes you normal. Torah makes you a person who believes in the truth. And the ones who say otherwise, they're